Free Palestine, free Palestine, free Palestine, free Palestine, ceasefire now, ceasefire now.
Yeah, so a large contingent of Jews and other community members are here calling again for a ceasefire, specifically targeting Blumenauer. We are here because since we were last here, just under 2 weeks ago, he has still not yet signed on to the resolution that is so desperately needed. That is a ceasefire, that is a bare minimum. The only comments that he has made since then is basically calling a ceasefire and a humanitarian pause, the difference being semantics. We think this is extremely disrespectful and just oblivious to all the education people have been doing, Palestinians have been doing about what a ceasefire is and how a humanitarian pause is nothing. It doesn't mean anything for folks if they are just getting a couple of days break in bombing, only to be bombed and pushed out of their homes and forced into a second and third Nakba over and over again.
In a compilation of the stories of survivors, my grandpa recounts Bloody Thursday, the day in which Nazis forced 164,000 Jews to relocate to the ghetto. The Nazis tormented and killed many Jews as they were herded like animals into the ghetto. Within a few months, the ghetto was sealed with barbed wire formed into an open-air prison. My grandpa writes about the bodies that line the streets. 43,000 people who died early from disease, cold, and a lack of food. He was 16. The comparisons between his experience and what Palestinians are experiencing now and over the last 75 years causes my ancestors to ache in my bones.
My grandparents, my people, were silenced while they were dying. And I always wondered, if we had cell phones and social media and all the internet and all that stuff back then, and maybe if the world was able to see it, maybe it wouldn't have happened. But today we do. We have video, we have people, journalists who are brave, who are there in Gaza covering what is happening on the ground. And we can see with our eyes what is happening, and we can stay updated.
As a grandchild of Holocaust survivors, as I watch Israelis drive tanks into hospitals and watch the IDF scrawl the Star of David on Palestinian homes as a sign of hateful intimidation, and see soldiers salute the Israeli flag on Gazan beaches, and Zionist politicians discuss the complete erasure of Palestinian existence as a matter of policy, I find myself pummeled with sorrow, heartbroken. Sorrow at witnessing 1.5 million people be displaced from the north to the south of Gaza, murdered en route, and displaced again from the south to rain-soaked tents lining bombed-out streets. Sorrow at thousands of orphaned children, at the assassination of elders in the road, and the suffocation of entire families under flaming rubble.
We know that parents are writing the names of their children on their children's legs and arms so that they will be able to be identified when buildings crash down upon them.
With the spirit of my great-grandmother pounding through my chest, I say, how dare you, Netanyahu? How dare you, Biden? How dare you? In our name. Weaponizing our grief, weaponizing our fear and rage, as if the destruction of an innocent people could heal our wounds, as if genocide could make us safe.
To our representatives, to Biden, I'm asking, why are you afraid to listen to the stories of the people who are in this moment still surviving this destruction, this murder, this genocide? Why are you afraid to hear their stories right now?
God in our name.